namaste. It's Jewel from Goddess Creative. I don't think I had the sound turned up. So yeah, I just wanted to, this is going to be more on my series about living or retiring in Bali. This is another bike coming through. I'm just walking down a little alley heading towards the beach. That's what I'm doing. I thought I would share with you just information about living in Bali. Or, you know, maybe you don't want to live in Bali, but I know I've got a friend who's also coming to Bali. She is just for the winter. So she's only, I think she's coming for 3 months of the Australian winter. So, you know, and she does bookkeeping and things like that. So for those 3 months, I think she's going to look after her clients from Bali online. So yeah, I think that's a really good idea and a great way to do things. This is quite pretty over here. This is quite so you'll have to excuse me on this because I'm probably not the best director, but I'm trying to share with you what it is like. If this is something that you might like to consider, I know many expats have decided to come towards and stay in Bali for a period of time because it's a great, much cheaper place for them to live. You can still live here quite cheaply. Hello. Hi. And people are friendly here. Yeah, so that's really nice. I'm in Legian at the moment, by the way, and yeah, absolutely tons and tons of tattoo studios. So yeah, and lots of tourists. It's a pretty touristy place, but it's not very busy here at the moment at all. So yeah, it's a good time to check it out in February. Hi, so now I'm walking down Jalan Padma heading towards the beach. So over there is the Padma Hotel, Padma Legian, yeah, and a few little cute places. Lots of cute things to see. So prices have really gone up in Bali, like even down in Kuta and Legian. I haven't ever been down to Kuta, but still cheaper than at home. But don't forget, you've got to add that government tax and service tax, so on everything. So there's a few select little restaurants you can go to where the tax is already included. This is great. They're obviously really popular because everybody forgets about the tax and you think, oh, that cocktail is only $50,000, but by the time you add the 11% government tax and then another 10% service tax, it's like 21% to add on. So, you know, when your salad or so you're looking at a salad or something like, you know, any Western food pasta, you are looking at like anywhere from $95,000, $9.50. I'm referring to Australian here, not US dollars. It's going to be a lot cheaper if it's US dollars for you. Coming back to, I relate it back to Australian dollars because obviously I'm Australian. So yeah, it's it does add up. So for example, if your salad's 95,000, by the time you add your 21%, your salad is looking more like $12, for example, 120 thou, $12. So it's closer to more now what Western prices, because obviously the prices of everything have gone up all around the world. But in saying that, there's still places you can shop. There's still places you can eat that are still, you know, really reasonably priced. So for example, I have my little places. So you can still go and get a nasi goreng, right, like that. So I have my vegetarian nasi goreng. You can go and get that from the little warangs on the side of the street. Those will cost you 20,000, which is like $2. I don't have it all the time because it's rice, and it is cooked in. They don't really care what oils and things they cook in, so it's yummy. It's not the healthiest to probably eat all the time. Well, this is the, you know, I mean, obviously I'm quite conscious on what I consume. But something else, one of my other favourite places, there's a little Vietnamese restaurant, which is actually across from Bintang supermarket. That is really popular. It is super cheap. So I can go and have like rice paper rolls, tofu rice paper rolls, really yummy. If you like coriander and fresh mint and things like that. And I can have that for like dinner or lunch, and that's like 40,000. So that's like really, so under $5 Australian, okay? That works out to be. So that works out. It's really filling, really healthy, and really delicious. So there's a few places around, but now you've got to really look for them, because like even if you're coming here on holiday, you're still sort of thinking to yourself, well, I'm coming here on a budget, like particularly if you're coming to stay for say a couple of months. So if you're coming to stay for a couple of months, you are considering your spending over that time. It's not just your 2-week holiday where you're going to splurge and you've taken, you know, your holiday spending money. When you come here to stay for a couple of months, then you are looking at more, you know, you're looking at your restaurants, you're looking at your eating, and you really are considering that. So now I've arrived down at Legian, Padma Beach, Legian. Okay, so I'm going to do a little spin around for you. So this is the beach today. It's really cute. So the ocean is a little rough today again. It's been very windy here lately. So don't forget we are still in the raining season, and I did give you a little video. It absolutely poured this morning, and yesterday morning it just absolutely poured. When it pours, you can't go out. So yeah, but absolutely bucketing down. Yeah, it's just, there's so much to see. I think what's really good, and this is coming back to the spiritual perspective, or maybe not necessarily spiritual, but like healthy life perspective. Everything in Asia stimulates your senses. It all stimulates your senses. So that's like so good if you're coming here for experience, you're coming here to retire, or you're coming here just to spend a couple of months to experience life, you know, because it's great. It's stimulating. Hire a scooter, ride around on a scooter. It's new experiences for your brain. And walking around, you're working more, so you're getting more exercise. Anything that's new and out of your comfort zone is very much great for the brain, stimulating for the brain, and to really experience life. So they offer surf lessons. So of course everything you have to barter, everything, like particularly down near the beach, you have to barter for. The markets, things in your big hotels of course you don't. And your more fancier shops, but anything like in those places. So we're going to look over there. This is a really cool hotel. This is Azul Beach Club. So you're going to pay Western prices. So I think I ate there once and I had this really like fancy dish, and really it was like a tiny little entree salady thing. Might have had a bit of seafood in it or something, like scallop or something, and I paid like $15 for it, which you're probably thinking, oh, that's not too much, but like for Bali, yeah, it's a lot. It is really nice. They are trying to clean up the beach more and keep the beaches more clean, which I think is really, really great. And you'll see more people cleaning the beach, trying to clean up the rubbish, which is really, really good and lovely to see. You've got your little warangs here. Sometimes when you're living here, it's actually really, really nice, the rain, to cool everything down and to not have a sunny day. It's not, because otherwise it's just, that sun is beating down on you. So this is like 11 o'clock now. I wouldn't normally be walking around 11 o'clock because it's normally too bloody hot. But look at this. How beautiful. Here I am down at the beach markets. So I just come down here and I bought a couple of things. And this is my lady who just bought from down here. Yeah. And this is what the beach markets look like down in Kuta Legian Way. So much stuff, lots of amazing cute stuff, cute, beautiful, beautiful wood carvings, beautiful wood carvings, statues and things.
Hi guys, how are you guys?
Hi.
How are you today?
What's your name?
I'm Newman. Paul
Newman. Paul Newman.
Yeah.
Paul Newman. Okay, there we go. But he has lots
Where
of
you
cool
from?
stuff.
Australia?
Australia.
Sydney, Melbourne,
Queensland. So lots of cool stuff. If you wanted a ukulele,
100% off.
100% off.
Beautiful.
You have to come down to Paul Newman's stall down here on the beach.
One for me, okay?
Yeah, good. How are you?
I show you. Hang on, what I need, my friend. This is nice. Balinese traditional Bali.
Really pretty, isn't it? Yes, very pretty. So already
Yeah, you buy already.
yeah. So see these, I just bought one of these crochet things because the crochet's really in at the moment. Really. Hello. Hello. So yeah, back to talking about bartering. So obviously down here at the markets you can barter, and really my top like this, similar to this, similar, actually mine's a longer one.
Any color, I got this one more. $5.
Okay.
$4 lady. Good luck.
Yeah, so I mean I just paid $5, so but mine is a longer one, so maybe there's more work in that, I don't know, possibly. And then I also just got a plain black pair of shorts, just like that is what I just bought. So yeah, they started off at 150,000, which is $15. Oh no, 120,000. Then I ended up paying 30,000, which was $3. So yeah, you've got to have your best bartering skills. Yeah, you got to have your best bartering skills happening. This is going to be a skate park. You can see it's not open yet, but yeah, it's pretty cool. Yeah. So, like, Bali's really coming a long way. Like, I've been coming to Bali. Oh my God, I can't even think of how many years. So I very first come here when I was 14, when my mum was still alive. That's how many years I've been coming here. I don't even want to say my age, but yeah, it's actually I've been coming here over 30 years. And so definitely been living here. I lived here pre-COVID for 3 months, as you know, if you remember, and obviously living here now. But having travelled here over the years, over the last 30 years, I've noticed such a difference. And it's so nice to see them clean up the beach. It's so nice to see this infrastructure of the pathways, and you can see the walking pathways. So lovely. So these pathways are like everywhere now, like all the way down to Kuta. Surfing, if you want to do surfing. See, because it's not a great day, and it's still early, the beach is not in full swing. Later in the afternoon, towards sunset time, the beach is normally in full swing, and that's when bands set up down here, and you've got live music, and yeah, it's more happening. But I actually like it quite now time to walk around, because it's quieter, less people, it's nice. So hello, namaste, Jewel coming to you from Padma Beach down in Legian. So I hope you're enjoying this little look at Bali, and to see what Bali's looking like now in 2023. It is, I love it. You know, it's so, as I said, so interesting, so stimulating for the brain. It keeps you young. You know, I mean, any travel does that. But when, you know, to consider coming and staying in another country for a couple of months, you know, really does broaden your horizons and keeps you young, because you've got to learn new things. So your brain's got to create new pathways for that learning. Whereas I think sometimes when we're at home, I know for me back home on the Gold Coast in Australia, you know, I get set in my ways. I know my path, my route to where I want to go, to my gym or whatever. You know, it's just same. And really, it's the kicking us out of our comfort zone. And that's what happens when we travel. It's the kicking ourselves out of our comfort zone and, you know, actually taking time to stay in a country and learn about a country and live overseas. It really does stimulate the brain, creates new pathways where you feel younger and aliver. So you are, particularly if you are like me and, you know, you're closer to retirement, not quite retiring, but, you know, have grown children and they've got their own lives now. So it is a time for me to explore. So never be afraid to step out of your neighbourhood or step out of your country or out of your comfort zone and come exploring. And I really would say Bali is one of the safest places to do that. You know, a lot of people say about Kuta and Legian, you know, that it's unsafe and all that. Well, I'm sure, yes, there's certain areas that I wouldn't go because I think, yeah, they probably are unsafe, particularly at night, at different times at night, things like that. But, you know, I travel on my own. I'm a single female and I've never had a problem here. I find people really friendly here. I think the thing I like about Bali over other countries like Thailand and Vietnam, I lived in Vietnam in 2019, as you know, it was the breakdown in the language barrier and trying to learn the language, because obviously I don't learn, as you get older, you don't learn a language as easily as what you did when you were younger. So, yeah, the language, yeah, everyone speaks English pretty much, or they're trying to, or they want to, you know. So I found it so that aspect of it is a lot easier, particularly if you're only coming for a couple of months. You know, you don't, the language, you don't want the language barrier to be a big barrier for you when, you know, to enjoy your time here. So yeah, that's why I love it and I think it's amazing. And particularly if you want to invest here too, it helps that there's a lot of people that converse in English for you to help you. I mean, as you know, I renovated here. And I'll do a video on just on the renovation, so you can get an idea of what it is like to invest in Bali and to actually renovate, because you've got that language barrier. So it is important to be able to try and work through that, you know, to get your point across. It's different, it's very different, you know, than your own country. Okay, so I'm going to leave it there. That's all for today. I hope you've enjoyed this little series of looking around Bali. I would like to bring you more. I would like to share more for you regarding prices and things like that. So, for example, spa experiences, because don't forget, you can get massages here so cheaply, you know, 80 or 90,000, which is $8 or $9 for an hour for a massage. I mean, you cannot go wrong. Another reason why we love it here. But not just that, there's other things you can get here, you know, if you're a female and you're into beauty things like hair and all that. But I'll do a separate video on that, okay? Alright, I'm going to leave it there. Namaste.